Venom, The Last Dance is the final film in Sony's Venom trilogy, putting more pressure on another upcoming Sony Marvel film. The Venom franchise has had mixed results. Neither were huge hits with critics, the first receiving a 30% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and Let There Be Carnage receiving a 57% critic score. Still, audiences enjoyed these films and have shown up to support them at the box office. The first Venom garnered $856.1 million worldwide, while the sequel snagged an impressive $506.9 million. Unfortunately, Sony hasn't seen the same success in its other Spider-Man universe films. Morbius and Madam Web did poorly with critics and audiences and bombed at the box office. With the Venom series ending, Sony doesn't have any goodwill left with audiences, and it needs to find another Spider-Man character to feature as the centerpiece of its universe if it continues not to have the main webs linger. Kraven the Hunter debuts shortly after The Last Dance, and that could be Sony's last hope at keeping its universe alive. Sony needs Kraven the Hunter to generate interest in its universe once Venom ends. Venom is the only successful property in Sony's current Spider-Man universe. The Tom Hardy-led franchise features a hilarious relationship between Eddie Brock and Venom that keeps audiences wanting more. However, Sony's universe has been a mess outside those films as they try and build a Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man by utilizing many of his most obscure characters. However, Kraven is a more recognizable character, one who comic book readers have been yearning to see in live action since 2002's Spider-Man. Kraven has always been a popular character in the Spider-Man comics, and his popularity skyrocketed recently with his appearance in Marvel's Spider-Man 2 video game. If Sony has a great Kraven movie in its hands, then its universe could get a boost by having an interesting villain/anti-hero in which audiences would invest. The challenge here is that Kraven's mission in life is to hunt and kill Spider-Man, and since there is no Spider-Man, it could be hard to get audiences invested in his character. However, there are a few aspects that give this movie hope. Kraven the Hunter's movie differences could make it exactly what Sony needs. Aaron Taylor Johnson on the poster for Kraven the Hunter. Kraven the Hunter has a few things working in its favor. It's the first film in Sony's Spider-Man universe that's rated R, featuring a more violent take on the villain. In the first trailer, Aaron Taylor Johnson's Kraven is seen biting a guy's nose off and spitting it out, so it's not afraid of going to the next level with its violence. One of the main criticisms of the Venom films is that they are not R-rated, making them feel diluted from their full potential. The second positive aspect of Kraven the Hunter is the creative team behind it. It doesn't have the same writing team behind Morbius and Madam Web, so that's a step in the right direction, and it has J.C. Shander as the director. Shander hasn't directed a big-budget blockbuster before, but he did direct 2014's A Most Violent Year, a critical darling starring Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain. Sony's SSU doesn't have the best recent track record, but it needs Kraven the Hunter to turn things around after Venom, The Last Dance.